Doudrop, I gotta tell you, I spotted you when you came in and I was like, I love her outfit. I was staring you down head to toe. I love this look.
Thank you.
So let's get into the wrestling portion of this. You're gonna be alongside Eva Marie, who's facing Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. What are the chances that we may be seeing Doudrop get some action in there?
I mean, I don't want to put any bets on it, but the chance is fair to likely, I would say, because no doubt I'm going to have the foghorn going off in my ear, telling me to do this, do that. So, I'm going to be, hopefully dressed nice for the occasion. I don't want to mess up my nice outfits. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on me.
That is really cool. So now let's talk about, because you've had a pretty interesting year, to say the least, because, you got brought into, to the Raw roster. You're now alongside, like I mentioned, alongside Eva Marie. What was that experience like for you when you found out that you were going to be part of this Raw roster now?
It was probably one of the biggest moments in my life. Like, I was just at home. I was actually on my way to go wrestling training with my friends, and I got the call, and I remember the second that it happened, but I can't really remember any other words than "you're going to main roster," because everything after that was just eee. I was like, and I actually genuinely thought it was an April Fool's joke, because it was March 1st, and I was like, do I have the date wrong? Is this April? Is this an April Fool's? Because that's super cruel. Don't do this to me.
You're like, what if it's a time zone thing? What's happening here?
I was like, daylight savings, I don't know.
So, with that being said, now you've been on the main roster for a couple of months now. What has it been like to, sort of be with those, with talented women? You got so many. You got Charlotte Flair, you got Alexa Bliss. You really got so many women there. What has that been like for you?
It's been really amazing, because where I came from before, I was one of the more experienced people. So to then come into a locker room where I'm learning again, and you're always learning, but just to be able to soak up the experience and get advice from people and just see how they do things here, is massively, massively different. So it's been really fun, and everybody's been so welcoming, and just really made me feel part of the team.
Is there anybody that you would say has just gone above and beyond, or maybe just has helped giving you some great advice?
Oh, definitely Eva. Definitely Eva. She's a high maintenance person, but she has just, night and day, every time she sees me, been there for me, helped me. Obviously she scratched my back, I scratched hers. It's a two-way thing, but I would be lost without her, for sure.
What would you say is one of the best things that you've learned from Eva Marie, especially because she's been down this road before, she's in this road again, and she's somebody that has experienced, all sides of things. So what would you say is the best thing you learned from her?
Confidence, absolutely confidence. She's kind of showed me that, if you don't know what you're doing, it's okay. Nobody else knows that you don't know what you're doing. You just act like you do, and everyone's like, okay, yeah, sure.
She knows
absolutely.
what she's doing.
Yeah, right.
I love that. And now I do have to ask you, because, I was the last week on Raw, the past couple weeks on Raw, you've gotten to interact a lot with somebody who's been very interesting as of late, and that is Alexa Bliss and her friend Lily. What has that been like for you, and what's it been like to work with Alexa Bliss?
It's been really fun. It's been interesting in a sense that, my apartment constantly smells of sage, just in case, because you never know what you're inviting in when you do these things. So yeah, I just like to make sure I have my crystals, I have my chimey bells, just to be sure. But I know it's been fun. I'm a massive goofball. So I kind of like having some fun with things, and let's try it, let's do it. There's I'm glad that there's a scary side to it as well, but just hearing people's reaction to it and stuff just makes me enjoy it all the more.
Amazing. And my last question for you is, heading into SummerSlam, are you feeling any nerves at all, especially considering that there's going to be so many people there?
I mean, it's a weird cocktail of emotions. It's nervousness, it's excitement, just can't wait to get out there and do it. But for me, I think the biggest thing will be when I hear that crowd, because back home in the UK, I hadn't seen a crowd for 18 months. and you know, it was a lot smaller crowds. So to go from no crowds to 40,000, 50,000 people, it definitely gives me, you know, like when you go over the dip on a roller coaster and your stomach goes, whoa, that when I hear that first, when the disclaimer comes up and hear that, whoa, that is the feeling that I get. And like it's like an adrenaline junkie thing. Like, it feels terrible but amazing at the same time.
Incredible. Well, Doudrop, I'm very excited for you. I'm very excited for see what you're going to continue doing on the roster. Thank you so much for talking to me today. Thank you.
Thank you.